Hello everyone, I am Jebro, and today you're joining me for a special episode of I don't know what this show is called, which is the truth. I don't know. I have notes. Notes are here. Anyway, you can't see them yet. I'm going to tell you what we're talking about. So, there was TwitchCon for Guild Wars 2. This is what this is mainly about, of course. And it was a really, really good day of streaming on Twitch for Guild Wars 2 on their official channel, twitch.tv/Guild Wars 2. And yeah, it was an 8-hour show with breaks and different shows in between it. There was a game show. There was Jennifer Hale doing a cooking show, which was really random but awesome for some reason, which I still don't understand. If you know why, then thanks for because someone needs to give me a heads up as to why I enjoyed that so much, because I didn't expect to. I thought it was a bit random at first, then suddenly got comfortable with it. It's one of those things, hey. But big things for me during that day. One was being the Druid reveal, which was pretty good, with the staff, of course, which we all know. Couple of good, really, really awesome things. You know, the Druid is going to have some new pets, which was, you know, something which was important that should come with this, of course. There's going to be the Smoke Scale, which these are all kind of dinosaurs or dragons, I guess, I suppose. Bristleback as well. There's going to be the Electric Wyvern and the Fire Wyvern. And I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't know. But otherwise, you know, they seem to be quite strong. They seem to be quite nice as well. And apparently, you know, this fire pet, the fire wyvern actually jumps up and sprays fire down. I didn't actually manage to catch the couple of pets there because I actually had to nip out and do something, unfortunately. But I will indeed watch the stream back. Might do a little bit of coverage of the Druid in more detail as well. But mainly what we're getting from the Druid is the fact that it's going to be a very, very supportive class. And with raids coming in as well, this is where the Druid is going to be showing its strength, apparently. But I think we might see in PvP and World v World, of course, as well, being very, very, very supportive. And Colin spoke about, you know, support, DPS and control being the main roles in, pardon me, Guild Wars 2, which is, you know, even more awesome. So we're actually going to see some kind of trinity in Guild Wars 2. You know, there was a trinity, DPS support, tank, you know, anyway. You can see where I was going with that. Also, with the Druid and talking about raids and whatnot as well, they've confirmed that next weekend is going to be the beta weekend, the last beta weekend, which is it should be on the 2nd on the Friday. Normally, you know, depending on time zones, it's like Friday to Monday at varying times. So make sure that you pre-order Guild Wars 2 Heartthorns so you can actually get involved in that, because you're going to be able to play all the specializations. That's the Engineer, the Scrapper, and the Druid as well from the Ranger, and that's what he mentioned. So those two we couldn't play before, and there's some other stuff as well, which is going to be pretty awesome that I'm about to tell you. Do you like my side profile? I don't know. Anyway, so what we're talking about is going to be in the beta is going to be, there's going to be the first encounter, the first raid encounter will be in next week's beta weekend event. And if you've already participated, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, I'm looking forward to it, even as a PvPer myself, because I like competitive stuff. And also I used to raid a lot in Rift as well, which is very, very, very difficult raiding when you weren't geared, especially, of course. It became a bit easier, but still complicated stuff in that game. But yeah, I've got tons of notes, which is why I'm looking down. As well as the Druid and the Scrapper, Colin wants to feed on your tears, apparently, as well.
This is absolutely smashed it and destroyed. Leave their tears on the repair anvil and come back for more. And we're really looking forward to getting a whole ton of feedback on what that raiding experience is like in Guild Wars 2. I think we built something really special, and we can't wait for people to get in and play it.
Yeah, we've been working on this for a very long time. I really like the joy you took in the player tears.
Yeah.
So that was nice of you.
I mean, that's half the fun of raiding, right? Is like if you don't fail a whole bunch of times until you overcome these epic challenges, you just don't feel like you accomplished something. So
which scared me. Anyway, on to PvP, which is what, you know, most of this channel is about. It was mainly a talk about PvP leagues, and leagues obviously are going to be a system where you can, you know, get up higher into different divisions and eventually ending up in this legendary tier where you can be, you know, the most epic person, and you'll have a title to show for it. There was lots of information. I'll try and link some info. I might actually put the video separate upload on my channel about leagues, because I did record it. But basically, there's loads of information about leagues. I talked to Hugh about it. I've got a video on this channel as well, just talking about the basics. There's going to be more info in the future. So I don't want to make too many videos about leagues because it's all going to be crazy amount of information. But, you know, basically there will be leagues in PvP. There'll be guild team ladder leagues as well. This is what this is all about. And you can, you know, you can go up a division, you can go down a division. If you're very low tier, you know, you won't be able to actually go down to a certain level because you can only go up in the leagues from a certain level. You can't go all the way down to the bottom. So you reach a point where you're okay, and then you're just trying to get higher. So you're going to be higher than some people, obviously, that have just started the game and who are doing PvP, of course. But of course, part of this is the fact that you can get a legendary back piece. Now, you can get this from different rewards throughout the league season. Grouch was on Reddit and possibly said that there might be 4 seasons per year. Which is going to be very, very good. I mean, that's going to be good for us as well because we get some downtime as casters. Just a little bit. Don't need that much because it's been pretty heavy going ever since, you know, I started, which is like 2 years ago. But yeah, there's going to be titles for players. Titles that players carry throughout the season. And then in the next season, those get refreshed. So, you know, during that season, if you come up against this person... not titles, sorry, badges. If you come up against this person, they're in this league. So they'll have the badge next to their name. And the next season, they won't have the same badge because it'll be reset. Either that or they've gone higher or lower. Or remained in the same place, and that badge will be reflective of their current position, but titles will remain throughout the whole time of your game life in Guild Wars 2, unless you uninstall the game, delete your characters or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome news. I'm really, really happy about the fact that we've got leagues, we've got something for a lot of people to kind of work towards. There's also, you know, different currencies available to depending on what your league you're in. 100% sure about that. Not 100% sure about that. The exacts on this, you know, we need more details. But it looks pretty special. If I'm blatantly honest, it looks pretty awesome. I mean, it's just going to that next level, you know. Everyone can participate. There's not just one league table where you go on the scoreboard on the internet. It's all in game. It's all organized that way. You don't necessarily have to go to somewhere else to, you know, sign up and do all that kind of crap. I mean, obviously you should. You should participate in other tournaments, but this one is internal, in-game, and it's a league system, and you can participate. You can see how you're doing, if you're going to, you know, be promoted, demoted, whatever. And it's really, really good. I really, really like the fact that this has been brought in. I'll keep repeating myself. It's just because I'm keen about it. Shut up. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. As you can tell, I'm excited. So this legendary back piece is unique for obviously everyone that partakes in this. But if you're one of the better PvPers and you end up in the like legendary top league, then you will obviously be able to get this back piece quicker because you'll be able to get the currency you need to buy these different things which get built up into this legendary backpack. So you're going to have to craft it or put these bits together to form this backpack. So obviously you're going to have to, you get currency and then, you know, you purchase these things or you get it through achievements in PvP. And then you're able to create and get this back piece at the end of it, which is pretty awesome, you know. I mean, it means that PvP players also have something, you know, special in their hearts when they know they are the best, and they've got the legendary back piece, which is these wings, which I'll hopefully be able to put a link in or a picture next to my head. But otherwise, that's pretty cool as well. But we are going to go on to the next thing. Those badges next to your name as well, that's going to be good. So the guild leaderboard is a point system and it's based on the ELO system, of course, and I will link to description of that because I'm not going to go through the discussion of that because that's going to take all day. And then we're going to go on to World v World finally. So excitement over PvP, excitement over raids that are coming in as well, and then also excitement over World v World because this is a nice combination. This can bring something to raids as well, which I think is, which I have personally been waiting for since the start of the damn bloody game in the first place, and it's going to be a raid UI. You're going to be able to see more than 5 people in your damn party, son. And it's going to be flipping good. That's the phrase I'm going to use. So another little picture should be popping up like around here somewhere. And it's basically how you, imagine raid friends, if you raided in another game, I had like a large party. You have 5 names. So you have, your squad is a maximum size of 50. And then you have 5 members, I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, in sub-squad. So parties that make up this squad. which makes sense. You know, 10 parties of 5. And how awesome is that? And you've also got a green bar which goes up and down for HP, whether or not they're being damaged or not. I'm not sure if there's going to be a condition ticker in there anywhere at all, or something that maybe you can say this guy's got conditions and needs to be cleansed. So that kind of thing would be very epic. But yeah, I think that's going to be very useful, not only for World v World, but also for, you know, raiding in the game or doing guild missions or something. So you can see who's in trouble, you can rush to them, heal them up, get them into the right position and whatnot, which is going to be extremely useful. It's good, and that's going to be in the flipping beta as well, guys. That's going to be in the actual beta weekend 3, which is coming around the 2nd of October, of course, as well. Well, there was a lot of stuff yesterday, man. I'm definitely going to miss something out. But this is something I've been looking forward to. A proper raid UI for Guild Wars 2 and World v World. And it might push me back to going to World v World. It's one of the things I was really pissed and really missing about that game. Because I played Warhammer Online in Age of Reckoning. And that had, you know, add-ons that you could put into the game, so you can manage that, and it even had like a UI itself. So Guild Wars 2 in that respect was kind of lacking behind, even though it was a bit of a more modern game, of course, produced later. World v World is starting to get some more love now, and they feel that the World v World community might be a little bit angry about the fact that they haven't had much love, and I feel that that love is coming around the corner. Oh dear, too easy to make jokes out of that. You can do that yourself, right down below. But yeah, other than that, there was also in Stone Mist, this was something they revealed as well, secretly, oops. But not so secretly, I think they just showed it a little bit too early because some of the production was a little bit interesting on the show yesterday. But there was this fountain which sits in Stone Mist Castle, and if you go into this fountain, it's called Cloaking Waters, that's it. You get an invisible stealth buff for 2 minutes where you can go anywhere around the map as long as it lasts for 2 minutes, where you can stealth up. If you can't stack it because it's got a debuff of 2 minutes, which is really, really good because otherwise it could be stacked and be massively overpowered. ArenaNet are thinking about these things now. They're thinking about the causality of these abilities and what they're being used for in the future. Whereas, you know, when the game launched, I'm not sure there was that thought in mind in terms of PvP and the competitive scene in that regard, in terms of you know, realm versus realm as well. So that all these things seems to be coming together now. The team they've got seems a lot more solid and on point with what they want to try and achieve in the game. Whereas maybe a couple of years ago, we weren't sure where they were going with each thing. Maybe they were going on popularity and they were going to go more into PvE or into World v World or to PvP. But now they've got the chance to make everything really good, which I feel like is starting to, you know, the pieces are starting to finally, you know, that we're here and we're just waiting to get a bit closer. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Anyway, so the airship defense is another thing as well. This kind of last stand ability versus the enemy, where you can pull this lever, which is in the main kind of throne room, whatever it's called, Lord Room, and these airships come around the Stone Mist Castle, and they just bomb the hell out of it, basically. That's inside and out. That's 10k damage a hit and a massive knockdown. Apparently, I can't believe it, but I can. That's going to be damn awesome. Imagine that, just last minute, it's like, there's only like 5 of us living. We've got to run to get this lever. Do it now. Massive explosions in your face. You get knocked down. Everyone dies. And the last 5 people alive are happy. And then life is good. Hopefully. Anyway. So, that's part of the excitement. Then there was mega excitement of Wales, which is what I would call that. Because
Ice Bow. 50% damage nerf. It now affects 3 targets per hit. Enjoy.
The mic was dropped by one of the devs, Iranio, sorry, who mentioned that the Ellie is going to have some little nerfs changes. Ice bow damage reduction has been put to ground. 50%? 50% damage nerf, I think. We'll have to double check on that. Yeah, Icebow getting 50% damage nerf and now affects only 3 targets per hit. Oh, not effective as it used to be. And generally the Elementalist, like people always called for nerfs to the Elementalist. Now, General nerfs, that wasn't really what I thought. It was more of a nerf to burning, which is, you know, if you're in PvP, then you realise that the main thing was burning, or PvE or anything else where you played it a lot, you felt that you were very powerful. And even when you're running a tanky build, you know, you could still do a lot of damage output. So, you know, they nerfed things like Burning Fire no longer applies mites when you use a cantrip. That's not the right one. But Drake's... Oh my god, it was Ring of Fire that I was meant to read. Ring of Fire applies 2 stacks of burning for 4 seconds initially. This now applies if enemy is within radius of the ring. You do not need to cross the ring. So when the enemy crosses the ring threshold, the fire stack they get has been changed from 3 stacks for 5 seconds to 1 stack for 2 seconds. So it does reapply quicker, but you're not punished for every time you go across the ring. You know, you go across the ring and get 3 stacks of burning. No, that hurt. If you ran out of dodge, like Josh said on the live stream itself, you were stuck in this hellhole of fire with burning and death and destruction. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to go away. I'm going to put a link down below. Dolphy did an awesome job, and if Dolphy you ever watch my videos, I myself, even before I started doing any of this shit, was very appreciative of what you did in terms of the community, in terms of writing patch notes up, in terms of putting videos up, guides, the whole shebang. I know you do this is what you do, but it's still very much appreciated, and it's very awesome. So I'm going to put a link to all the changes we did have, but this Tuesday, which is, let me check the date on my fancy computer thing, is the 29th of September, you will have these new balance changes. They will be talked about as well, hopefully, before that. But otherwise, I've been Jebro in an episode of Something Which Is Random, and with me talking a lot of crap, but with some important information. Don't forget to check me out, shoutcasting Guild Wars 2 SPVP in the cinemas near you soon. Take it easy. There will be another video about the second day of TwitchCon fairly soon. I've been Jebro. Thank you very much, and take care.